week three catch up, but a lot of our East London anglers in particular are saying, oh, they're not big cob in East London anymore. And we had some interesting chats in the group and that. And what are your thoughts?
There's definitely some big cob around. Listen, I know one or two fish that have come out. It's just from anglers that aren't Facebook junkies or like to post on thing. I know last week 130, 140 centimeter fish come out that I don't know about. Not monster fish, but still a good 30 kilo fish.
I think that the 20 to 30 kg class is certainly around in the Southern area quite often. And, you know, I think there are a couple of factors that come into it. I don't think we fish live baits often enough, particularly in the surf. I see you've got a couple of guys tagging in there. How's it, Joshua? How's it, Carl? And so live baits. The biggest cob I saw caught in recent years was at Kiwani Lagoon of all places. Not in recent years, but my wood caught one on a mullet, I kid you not, was about 35, 40 centimeters long.
Don't be scared.
We haven't laughed at him throwing this mullet in. He had 2 10-0s in it.
Big bait, big fish.
And that cob, I forget the length, but on our beach buggy, or there's a badger bug, with the roof racks, and we hooked it in the gills, and the tail was dragging onto the ground.
Yeah, so a good,
1.4, 1.5 meter top fish.
A very good fish, yeah.
And I mean, I've seen photos of 28, 30 kilo fish on a pretty regular basis, even in our smaller estuaries here. Yeah. So there are some big fish around. But I think in the surf in particular, most of us, myself included, we just seem to be too lazy to try fish as mullets. Because live bait certainly seems to be, if I look at the comp so far,
it's definitely the key to catching big cob.
Large live bait is the key to catch cob.
You know, big cob's been around, he's clever, he knows what a baited hook, he's probably been caught sometime in his life or seen a baited hook before.
My last 10 kilo caughts, I got him fine. Yeah. And then there was obviously a shoal there, and they were picking me up and dropping me.
And I
was bringing out my squid, and I could see the tooth marks. Yeah. And then I tried a whole sod, see the tooth marks, just wouldn't commit to it. Yeah. And then often happens that. Often you get that bump and nothing. That's a cob tasting you and not committing to the bait.
I think also the fact of the live bait, you might get a bit more reaction. Those big cob, you're not necessarily tease them eating to a bait that easily. Some guys do.
Christopher's going on about the shirts. Tell us about the shirts while they're...
Okay, so what's happening, guys? Let's chat about the shirt. So we've had a big demand from all you viewers and subscribers and stuff out there. When are we going to be able to get some Untraceable merchandise? So behind the scenes at Untraceable, we've launched what we call official apparel.
You've got to turn around and show them.
I'm going to show them now. I'm going to turn around. Official apparel. So official apparel is the official apparel of Untraceable Fishing. If that makes sense?
Apparel.
The apparel. That, however you pronounce it, guys. So anyway, so this is the first edition shirt. Limited name is available. Guys are laughing at me because I can't pronounce it.
It's one day.
How do you pronounce it, Don?
Apparel.
Apparel. Apparently, apparel. I still can't get it right. Anyway, so I'm a little spin around.
Dude.
I don't know if you turn me the right way.
Very appropriately, there's a cobby there with a nice metal Rapala, Untraceable logo. It's an incredible design. It's even got the word apparel on it as well.
Apparel.
Very nicely done. Nice graphic. We love it.
So anyway, guys, these shirts are exclusively available from Bullmore Fishing Tackle. Am I right, Andrew? Quite right. So I'm wearing I'm a small oak. I've got a medium on. Fits me quite nice and nicely. So beautiful, nice cotton. Good, nice heavy material, guys. Don's got one that's quite comfortable there, Don.
Yeah.
So guys, don't hesitate. There are only, I think, 100 shirts in the first batch available, and then there'll be different versions coming out. Maybe some different fish in the back, different designs. So if you want one of your shirts, get in there fast before they're all sold out, because you won't get the same shirt again.
I love this guy's username. Just a few hectares farm.
Yes.
Says, don't you find sharks take your live bait instead of the cob? You know, that's part of the game.
It's part of the game.
And to a lot of us, if you're geared up for large cob and you're hooking a bronzy on live bait,
hey, good fun.
Enjoy the fight.
Yeah, or even a bloody sweetie or something.
But I must admit, though, your raggies and that, unless your mullet's a bit dead, they don't all come onto a larvae as quickly as you think it would.
Well, you've got two options. You can either catch a toothy shark, or some shark is going to pull you a bit of live bait, or you can fish with bait and catch
nothing.
Catch sharks and catch barbels and things like that.
Yeah, so, I think your vermin rate's so high. Like I was fishing for cob on yesterday.
Yeah.
In the rain, and I got one zebra on redbait. I was going for silvers, but then I tried for cob on the back banks and that, and all I was getting was little catch sharks and little shy sharks and whatever. Basically, the stuff I just didn't want to catch. But it is unfortunately way too rough to even think about a live.
Yes. You see, the conditions have got to be right for the live. You don't want your live spinning and stuff in the water and dead.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's still be able to swim around in its own
Yeah.
natural environment.
Okay, don't you find shad eat my paddle tail instead of cob? It can happen.
Yeah, they do. If they shade around, they're going to knock it, guys. Unfortunately, it's going to cost you a bit in the plastics.
If you're getting shad in it, you're probably winding a bit fast.
Yeah, maybe slow it down a bit.
Maybe slow it right down, because it's the bottom crawl that the cob likes the most, and the shad will tend to ignore that a bit.
Correct.
Daryl Watson, how can you get distance when casting with paddle tails without wading? When I cast the paddle tail, helicopters in the air. You know what? Paddle tails, a 60-meter cast is considered pretty good.
Yeah. And you only need, depending on the time, it's normally the last third of your retrieve that you're getting the bites.
Yeah, I was actually chatting to, we had the Nobi repping them up here this week, or last week. And these guys are two of the more knowledgeable lure casters in South Africa. And we're actually talking about lure casting in particular, but also drop shot. And you might get a 100-meter cast on a lure. You might wade and get a 100-meter cast. Yeah. But you can only really work a lure properly the last half of your retrieve.
Great.
There's a certain zone where you can feel what it's doing on the bottom.
You get better feedback from it.
And you know what's going on. You know where your line is. Yeah, because the first 20, 30 meters of your retrieve, to some degree, you're taking up your slack.
Slack, correct. And the lure's not
swimming
correctly.
It's not swimming correctly yet. So don't stress about the distance. The good cob can often be holding 20 meters out. So find the zones more. And they're not always on that back outer bank. Yeah. I think the guys who have success as well find those sandy gutters near the rocks.
Yeah.
That's probably the best place to try it.
Correct. They're actually a lot closer than you think a lot of the times.
Rocky little gully, little sandy drop off or something like that, churning in the sand. Bob's your uncle.
Nice bit of surf with a deep gutter in front and a sandbank 20, 30 meters out.
Oh, pure surf. It's harder work though. Hey? Yeah, it's a lot harder work to find them, I think. Okay. A shad bit off my paddle tail.
No, it's going to happen, but
yeah, it happens. That's when you change
destroy them.
That's when you change the spoon and catch shad if it's open season, which is not right now. Yeah. So we got Rihanri as well. Is it nice to see we got a lady here for once, I think. Amongst all the boys who normally talk rubbishes. Guys, hook us up any questions. In the next couple of minutes, we're just waiting for one or two more to tag on.
We're on 59. We're getting there slowly. So
we're getting there
slowly. Give the guys a chance to finish their supper and get online.
Give it 2 minutes, and then we're going to talk about the comp and how the catches are going, which is exciting stuff, eh?
Correct. No, it is very exciting stuff.
Okay, so we've said you can catch on live mullets. Where about in East London would you target big cob? Where do you think the big ones have come out over the years? Yeah.
In East London, I know
it's different to PE.
Yes, okay.
It's very different.
I know Bonza Bay area to the left. I'm not suggesting any guys go fish there. These hell of a dangerous guys, but I know in the last couple of years, some good fish have come out there. So I'm not willing to go fish there. I'd rather not have a big fish than get mugged. I know around the car area, there's always some good fish that come out there.
What fascinates me is the number of cob that come out in very rocky terrain here.
Yes, yeah.
I know there's high rocks in front of the Glengarriff cottages there. I've seen some big cob come out there. Yeah. The boiling pot at Cove Rock, another dangerous place to fish but from a mugging and a wave perspective. Yeah. I've caught some really big cob in the boiling pot. I can recall taking, my boy caught one of about 15 kilo, and we had to stick this thing up slowly
to get it up to the top.
It's just a mission of note. But the rocky headlands certainly do produce large fish.
You get the deeply shallow water effect.
So they often are more in the rocky environment than the pure surf environment. And yet we've seen the river mouths here. I've caught 10 kg cob in the Hoon mouth.
Yeah, 100%.
At night, that thing's like waist deep.
Yeah.
And you can still catch cob in it. So it's not always a case of being out mega far. You've got to find the zones.
You've got to find the right structure.
Okay. How can you tell me about the Bluefish XT? Okay, cool.
That one.
Let's have a. Okay, the Bluefish XT is basically what's very cool about it. I can chirp it now. Stock this week is arriving of the entire range. Next week, we are reviewing the entire bunch of new assassins. Nice. So they will be here by then, and I'm super excited. The current Bluefish XTs are in stock are the current models of the Bluefish Special and Zero. Yeah. So we're talking like 12, 13 foot, 14 foot, 14 foot 6. Now we've got the 14.6 heavier one, 4 to 6 ounce.
That's correct.
And the 15 foot, 5 to 7 ounce. Jono, the Assassin King, tells me that thing can cast 200 meters. I'm keen to try one.
Yeah.
A rod that can cast 200 meters. Those are brand new blanks.
Yeah.
They're totally revolutionized. What I like about them is they've lightened up the whole butt area and that.
Correct.
Fuji guards throughout. And I wouldn't say it's a new bluefish.
Yeah.
besides the heavier ones.
It's updated.
It's updated and revamped and pimped.
Correct.
And they've pimped it blooming nicely.
I know
and they've kept the price realistic.
That blue, I think it was the 14'6" that I fished with.
You tried the 4 to 6.
Absolutely phenomenal.
4 to 6 ounce. And
I put a 6 ounce on it with a bait that probably shouldn't be thrown with that rod.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't suggest throwing a bait that size of the rod, but I was testing it and it worked beautifully.
But that 5 to 7 apparently is a
that's going to be a machine.
Dream.
Yeah.
It's
I know I had one of the guys message me privately and I said, wait for the rods. He was looking in that sort of price bracket. I said, wait for the rod. He's coming soon.
Yeah. No, stocks arriving this week. So
awesome.
literally,
that's good news.
Okay. What's your opinion on bait sprays and oils for your baits? It's an interesting topic. I know in Australia, we talk about pedal tail.
Yeah.
The oaks got all the mooties they spray on their pedal tails.
Yeah.
Things that smell like anchovies or licorice, or some oaks even use vanilla essence on their prawn for bluefish.
And then aniseed on their squid for cob.
I don't know. To me, it's a bit too gimmicky. Eh?
Yeah, listen, I've tried aniseed and I've caught cob, but I've caught cob not using aniseed too. So does it work? I don't actually know if it is.
I can recall that old book Skuman wrote about odd baits.
Yeah.
Strike, or in the Strike book.
Yeah.
He talks about catching pig-nosed grunt-on potatoes.
Yeah.
Which I can believe. And they caught some spotted grunt-on cheese. So baits are baits.
Yeah.
Some days they work, some days they don't work.
Yeah.
If you're desperate, I think you'll try anything. And as long as you have faith in it, it should work.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't blow a fortune on sprays and mooties.
No,
that's just not my.
I bought a thing of aniseed once. I used it. I did catch fish. I used it. I didn't catch fish.
Because a papgoeie, I am not.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my standpoint on it. Okay. Okay. Just a few. That name. A few hectares farm is such a cool name.
I know. I'd rather eat the chicken fillets, but
is Dead Man's Gully a good place to target cob on pedal tails?
Dead Man's Gully.
You haven't referred my boot to Dead Man's Gully.
Dead Man's Gully is a good place.
How can you send my boot to the deadest spot on the coastline?
No, it's not always the deadest. But you got to get. There's a special thing at Dead Man's Gully, guys. There's this rock. We call it Wobble Rock.
Wobble.
And if Wobble Rock's not wobbling,
okay.
Don't fish in Dead Man's Gully.
Okay.
It just gives you a certain height of water. When that rock starts, you're standing on that rock and it starts doing this, the fishing gets good.
It sounds like almost like something out of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, it is Wobble Rock. when Wobble Rock wobbles, there's not normally a pull out Dead Man's Gully, because Dead Man's Gully can pull out heavy.
But you referred my brother to that spot, and he's going to fish it this week. You know
that's fine. He must fish Dead Man's Gully. The tides are probably perfect for it.
He couldn't actually get out of his farm because the rains are too strong.
Oh, sure.
So that is the
okay, guys.
Yes, probably
for cob. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Listen, I'm not saying you can't catch cob. You can catch cob anywhere.
It's not a hot spot.
I wouldn't go throw paddle tail there for cob. No.
East Island spots, Glengariff off the rocks there.
Yes, good Glengariff off the rocks.
That's a popular paddle tail spot.
A very popular paddle tail spot.
There are quite a few towards Cove Rock, Kazers.
Obviously, Xanadu, Trofani, the oaks are there every day with their bicycles up and down that surf.
Yeah, my favourite spot would probably be Morgan Bay towards the left. There's a last little gully just before the point.
Yeah.
That's my paddle tail spot. It's the only place I caught them consistently on paddle tail.
If you know where Dead Man's Gully is, then you should know where what we call Cob Rock in our area. Every area's got a Cob Rock. Rather go throw paddle tail there. It's called Cob Rock for a reason.
Okay, now we're going into chicken fillets. Chicken fillets are good in a braai.
Crumb chicken fillets. A little bit of Tabasco
it's making me angry. But I don't know whether it makes fish hungry or not. We'll have to see. Is the adrenaline rod range capable of handling big fish? They are, hey?
Yeah.
Look, I'm not... Adrenaline do one little TP rod, which is like 700 or 600 Rand odd. And guys, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
But there are some new adrenalines coming through as well. I've got a couple coming for a customer today that should retail at 3-piece rod, no bionic finger, but they'll be less than $1,000. And for that money, Adrenaline makes a good product. It's a South African company. Their blanks are tremendously strong. Most of them are Fuji guides. I think they're a little on the dead dull side, but no lacking in strength. You can pull your arms off.
Correct.
But not the easiest casting rods
out there.
And not the lightest, so you tend to fatigue quite quickly. But yeah, they value for buck, and the guys who only got up to 1.5 to spend.
Yeah.
I'd look at them, eh? I'd seriously
100%. Okay, Mr. Cole Woodstock. Thoughts on Rapalas in the surf? Go for it, but you're definitely not going wrong. Make sure there's not too many bricks around.
No, it's not so much catching bricks, it's finding deep enough surf.
Surf, yeah.
The only place I really had success years ago, and I go to surf, there was a gutter. There's actually a gutter where you guys fish Kafani a while ago.
Big gutter at the moment.
When you got a gutter where you're standing like knee deep and it drops into 2 meters of water,
1.5, 2 meters of water.
Then a Rapala works charm. If you're trying to pull it over sandbars and shallower than that, you're going to be cooking in the sand all the time,
You're going to
which drives you nuts.
Ruin the action of the lure
Yeah,
as well.
so you need deep water close. And again, it's not like you're trying to cast the thing 100 meters.
Yeah.
You want to do that good action 30, 40 meters out. That's your zone, you know.
Yeah, Carl, I'd say, listen, there's some very good Rapala fishing out there.
Hamburg surf is one of the hardest surfs on the planet to read.
Yeah.
You can get out to the outer gutters on low tide.
Low tide, yeah.
On a high tide, it's as flat as a pancake. It's actually a very frustrating surf to fish.
And on the left-hand side of Hamburg River, we used to catch, there were no paddle tails, though. I'm talking 20 years ago, guys.
The dam, eh?
On the dam, yeah. Walk out on the left, and we used to be quite successful there with a bit of like ledges that go up like that. Quite successful there with Rapalas. Is all we had to throw in those years.
A double mouth if the river's open. At the mouth on the ledges there.
100%.
River mouths, I think it works well.
Correct, yeah.
Probably. Also, where there's a bit of current, you can actually do a slow retrieve in your Rapala kind of holes in it.
And you also want to, like, even depth. You don't want erratic changes.
Calm mouth when the incoming tide, you can deep hole there.
In the river mouth.
Brilliant spot for Rapala. So yeah, Rapalas are definitely still in.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's should we get on to our Cobtober report back number 3, eh?
Okay, guys. So Cobtober is well underway. We've had some phenomenal catches coming through, guys. I try to do a quick breakdown today.
This weekend got hot, like really
hot of all the catches. So we're going to read out, guys. Please, this is not set in stone. I might have missed some. I've had to go through over 1,000 pictures today.
Okay, at the end of the day, guys, we're going to go through every picture you actually submitted.
Correct.
We check, we verify.
All three of us.
We triple check
it.
We discuss, and these are not the final results yet. So don't, if you're not here or we missed you, don't get knickers in a knot. But this is a guide of what's coming so far, and we've got some amazing catches so far. So where do we start off with?
Okay, we're not going to read out angler numbers, anything like that, guys. We're just going to go with the sizes, I think.
Absolutely.
So we're just going to go. So we'll start with the river, estuary fishing.
Yep.
So our leading fish in estuary fishing, we're looking at 115 centimeters so far, guys.
Yeah.
Which is a phenomenal river fish.
It's a good catch.
We've got one of that 107 centimeters that came through.
Yeah.
Also a brilliant catch. And one of 102. So pretty much this far, I've seen 3 over 100 centimeters. I might be mistaken, but that's what it looks like to me so far.
Yeah.
And then between the 80 and 85 centimeter range, guys, there are
tons
and tons of fish, which we'll have to go through and scrutinize.
I noticed quite a few of the ladies.
Yes.
Shout out to Natasha's, one of West London local anglers. She's been a regular contributor on that. I was actually chatting to them this morning. They popped into the shop, so yeah.
So those catches we'll have to scrutinize to make sure tape measures are straight. That's going to take a bit of hard work from us, but don't worry, we are capable of it.
Yeah.
So the river, you're pretty much looking at the 80 centimeter up to the 150 centimeter mark at the moment to be in possibly in the top 5.
The prizes here for top 5,
yeah.
And they're good prizes across the top 5. I'd say 115 centimeters is beatable. You guys 100%. Down PUA, East London Boykies, maybe your large issues. The St. John's guys should have some fun on that.
Well, a big shout out to the youngster off. There's a YouTube channel called The Outdoor Man, guys. Go follow them. Flipping fantastic channel. They fish with sun quite often.
Yeah.
I might be mistaken. I actually watched the video yesterday. 180 something centimeter cob you got.
I think what is it? 168 centimeters.
What is it? It's equivalent to 65, about 65 kilos.
Yeah, so
it's a massive fish. Really just shows you guys. Yeah. It's a big fish.
So they are still around. They do still exist.
Correct.
In the East London area, the Car River and even the Wild Coast rivers can produce them.
Yeah.
We haven't heard a fairly large cob coming out of Nuhu, rumor the other day. And you guys down PUA, Gamtus, Swartkops, Breda River.
Yeah.
There are cob around.
Yeah, awesome big cob around.
I know your Cape Town guys have been fairly quiet so far, with the Strandfontein surf in the right conditions can produce some really big cobs. So we look forward to seeing some more of those.
Okay, then onto the rock and surf section, guys. We've had some crazy, phenomenal fish coming out here. So
let's start with
our junior,
our junior angler, Donovan.
I don't know his name. Number 140.
Donovan van Onselen, named after myself. I mean, God, he's got to be a legendary angler. Okay, he did 140 centimeter.
Yeah.
Nice release video. It's had like over 10,000 views so far. It's one of the larger cob I've seen released nicely. So all the guys who are releasing your fish and releasing video, sending us those videos, kudos to you. Try and do that, really. We're encouraging most of you to try to release your fish. We want to give away an incredible Assassin Bluefish XT rod.
Right. And a voucher.
And $2,000
cash.
Cash in your account. So
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. How that process is going to work, the 3 of us each choose our own favorite release video.
It's not easy, eh?
It's not going to be easy. And the Assassin boys will choose a winner.
Correct.
Which I think is very fair.
Very fair.
And this youngster, just a shout out, got 140 centimeter cob. In that same session, you got a 93 and 111. Live bait in the surf, by the looks of it, awesome session.
And then the weekend afterwards,
this is an interesting debate.
you got 100. The same youngster, you got 120
120 centimeter.
Got another one of 107.
Yeah.
And cob ranging between 76 and 100. I think I've counted about 13 or 14 fish.
But then you know what old men are like.
And he just
old men don't like to be pipped by their kids.
Yeah. So his father comes along and adds another 5 centimeters to his catch, guys.
Okay. Now my debate was, could that cob grow 5 centimeters in 1 week?
No, impossible.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's an interesting debate, though. Okay, so our current lead in the rock and surf is
138. Number 138, 145 centimeter fish, guys.
145 centimeter cob in the rock and surf, and that's a good fish, guys. Yeah. I think it can be beaten, but it's 100%. A good fish.
Well, 140 was beaten, so 145 can definitely be beaten.
I mean,
we had someone coming in very close over this weekend.
Yeah.
And another fish coming in at 140 centimeters.
Yeah. So there've been a few in that 140 centimeter range. It seems to be a regular number.
So we've got a 145, we've got a 140, another 140. We've got a 120 centimeter coming in.
Yeah.
We've got another one of 118 centimeters coming in next.
113. So there are a lot of good cob.
Then fish between 113 and 100. There must be at least 20 fish.
Okay.
So over a meter. At least 20 fish over a meter.
So the guys are getting some slabs out there.
Some really good fish.
Anything over a meter is a good cob, Okay, then deep sea
at
long last got hot,
Deep sea's got wise. So we had a kayak paddler paddle out, I think it's KwaZulu-Natal, I might be mistaken from the looks of the beach and things like that. Okay, it is KZN confirmed. He managed 140 centimeter fish, guys. You did bring it back. It was caught deep sea. He's on a fishing ski, so measuring a fish on the skis almost impossible. And the barotrauma and stuff the cob did obviously go through.
Yeah, literally a
regurgitated stomach. So he did bring it to the beach. He couldn't release it, but he got 140 centimeter fish, which is in his rights to keep anyway.
Absolutely, and just kudos. Like anyone who criticizes that guy deserves a slap. This catches the thing. He shows the video. He's got a massive KP.
Yeah,
and he's like, and the wind's blowing, and it's like waves and that. Oh, sorry, Oaks. I've got a 4-kilometer paddle back to the beach.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like,
that's like,
geez, okay.
That's badge. Yeah. In the biggest of ways.
No, they're not in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if I would be that guy 4Ks out on the kayak.
Yeah. So yeah, and sadly the cob couldn't be released, but an amazing catch. And I know you got a junior
75. Listen, there's one or two deep sea ones I might have missed. It's a bit difficult.
There was a clutch of deep sea ones that these London guys got into last week, but they weren't big.
Yeah,
they were like 60, 65 centimeters.
Yeah.
Some have been smaller, 50 centimeters. But the actual certainly seem to be around deep sea.
Correct. So deep sea is still a very open topic, guys.
Yeah, so get in your bathtub.
Get in the ski boats
calm, bathtub, and your kayak.
It shows you don't need a 100,000 rand ski boat to go out.
All your jet ski anglers, gee, come on, guys.
Go target some cob.
Go target some cobbies.
They're definitely out there, guys.
Yeah, no, very much so. And then I think we pretty much covered it. And besides the ladies,
Yeah. So we've got some lady catches. I might be mistaken. The biggest one I've seen so far is 72. It's a bit difficult to see some of the numbers on those things, guys, but we will scrutinize everything. So we are doing very well.
I think there might have been 1 or 2 80 centimeter.
I think there were, but I might have not picked up on the little F there.
And I think the ladies in the rivers in particular have been doing very well.
I don't know. I think there's a lady you mentioned earlier. There were a good couple. There's a nice picture of her releasing the cob off the boat, bit of brown water around.
Some lovely footage. And guys, the comp's going exceptionally well. I think they're around about 350 of you fishing it actively.
Yeah.
I know conditions, all the rain in the last few days have been tough, but this coming weekend's looking really good.
Coming weekend. Listen, we're going fishing away this weekend. We went from gale force winds on Sunday, which was your forecast last week, to pearl weather. It changed. It's like the weather this weekend is phenomenal for fishing. Friday
sounds good.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday is on the money.
And we're there about 350 odd of you fishing across the country at the moment.
Correct,
we're also trying at getting some cobbies just for the fun of it.
We're going to go try to smack a big one this weekend if we can.
We hit it.
We're off to Cannon Rocks.
Cannon Rocks? Yeah. No big cob down there, so
watch. We'll see.
Like a shallow there. You've got to cast far.
No, we're going to
go way up to your chin.
No problem with that.
Okay. So cool. Okay, let's see if we've got any more. Okay. Avoko Sales, Eastern Cape. How's it, Alex? Thanks for the helps. Anytime, dude. Any questions?
Garrett, how's it going, buddy? You well?
Jean-Luc Archery. Can you slide with braid? On our group, there were some guys that said they do slide with braid. The general consensus is find current that's going away with you. Get your angle so your bait can slide. Too big a waves, you're going to struggle like hang.
Yeah. It's not as easy as
it can be a real expensive pain in the butt.
Especially if you twist up and you can lose a lot of braid
quite quickly. So my consensus would be probably not.
Yeah.
Lost the monster cob at Kafani, Dylan Fourie says, because of the freaking wind knot. That's bad luck. You know, wind knots, if you're getting them, you've probably got too much line on your reel.
Yeah.
I think if you're casting 5-6 ounce sinkers, you should never see a wind knot. I know pen reels in particular don't like to be overfilled. But rather just cut that top 20 meters off and leave it off.
So it's another mistake. A lot of guys also, I've done it too. That's why I know if I do snap up, and when I'm reeling in, instead of just keep tension on your braid,
give it a little bit of tension.
Keep tension. What the guys do is they'll just reel up, that line will come, and now you've got 30-40 meters of loose line on top of your reel. First throw,
you've got to run through.
Keep your fingers on the line.
That's why I like fishing the glove. It allows
I think that's a big no-no. And then the guys, even when you're packing your reels away, when you get to the beach, pull 2 or 3 meters out again, make sure it's on tight again, because it normally just loosens up on its own. Yeah. So keep the line nice and tight.
No, for sure. What is the correct way to measure a cob? Okay, so this is interesting. We've got lots of tips about that. So basically, you want the longest part of the cob. You've got the mouth.
Yeah.
It's demonstrating on the back of your shirt. So you got the mouth. You're measuring. So you're measuring from there, which is the bottom lip, which is the longest part of him, and it hasn't got a V-tail, but you're measuring across the cob till there. The idea is also to keep your tape measure flat and not follow the curve and shape of the fish, because we want a length. We don't want like a circumference type measurement. So if you have perpendicular measuring lines there, flat across, that's your measurement. Okay, I hope that answers you guys. Look, if you've got a matte flap on the body, it's fine, but if you've got a normal tape measure, you don't want to hide it underneath the fish and you can't see it either. Then you can have folds and all sorts of nonsense in it too. So as long as it's clear and it's in a flat plane, I think we're happy. If you've curved around the cob, we're probably going to deduct a couple of centimeters for that.
That's why if you see I know the guys are fishing nationals and international competitions and stuff like that, normally they got the plate, so the cob goes on top, so you get none of that circumference that Don was talking about.
Yeah,
it's just a straight line.
A fishing mat is the best way to measure, if you can. Okay, Duncan Vroom, are you sending that stuff on the table to me? Now, we're talking about it tonight for tomorrow's video. Some nice goodies.
Some nice braids, guys.
Lots of braid. We're going to talk braid tonight, and I think you guys will enjoy it. Table donations always accepted. Okay, the Oaks want our braid. Gee, Oaks, I want the braid too. Okay, anyone is willing to? No, you know what? I've already got a brand. I can't. I'm loyal for life. I can't change it because I'm just in love. So I can't change it. No, when I marry a product, I'm afraid I marry a product.
Don't change. When you've got something that works, don't change. Keep to it.
Okay, we've got the last few guys here. Ramiz has it, and everyone's asking us to donate the braid.
You can't donate the braid. If you, I can't even afford this braid. Never mind donate it myself.
We got some fascinating new ones here. There's an owner braid, which I cannot afford to own.
Yeah.
There was where was that
Nomad?
Nomad braid. I know the guys like this stuff. I might afford to own.
From Suffolk.
Suffolk is Old Faithful. No, we've got lots of goodies.
Lots of braid, guys. But you know what? Tomorrow night this video will be up.
Yeah, watch Tackle Tuesday tomorrow evening.
Tackle Tuesday and have a look, and you can have a look at all these beautiful braids.
Okay, next week we'll be shooting. So next Tackle Tuesday on Tuesday evening, will be the Assassin, all the new Assassin rods.
Awesome.
We're talking about the Bluefish XT. I should also have the new top of the range lure casting rods, which are above them here.
Okay.
They are called a.
I had the name earlier. Affinity. Affinity.
There we go.
Affinity. Yeah.
You've got an affinity to this product. They're flipping amazing.
I can't wait to get my hands on those.
And there are one or two of the new drop shot and jigging rods and the Assassin Jewels, which I like and love. So yeah, there's going to be some awesome stuff here. Best reel to pair with an archipelago. We're getting to the. It depends. I like a Dowa BG4000. I like a Nakuma, whichever one you want to afford. 6,000.
Azores 6,000. Azores
6,000. Selena, Cedros, Metalloid 55 would do it. In pen, probably about a 6,000 size as well.
Yeah.
Maybe a 5,000.
5,500 or whatever you want to call it.
5,000. Key thing I'd say, quality braid.
Yeah.
Shimano would be your prime choice. The Gosa 6000 would do that very
Don't get me
nicely.
started now.
Okay. What's your opinion of the Adrenaline Seabuster reel? I actually don't know it.
Neither do I.
I haven't handled one. Adrenaline makes some really good reels.
Yeah.
And they make some really poor reels. And poor, unfortunately, cheap sometimes does mean poor. There is a new one out now, though. We gave us away as a prize a while ago. Stock just arrived. It's an upgrade of the Triple X.
Yeah.
I'm bad and I forget the name. It's got Pale Blue Spool, Surge or something like that. And I think they're pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But you're paying about $1,000 for it. Okay. You kind of get what you pay for in the market, guys. I'm afraid it's an honest. Best color paddle tail.
Oh, depends on the conditions. I'd carry 3 colors with me. I like the pink, maybe a nice sunburnt orange, bright orange, and then one dark color, natural color.
Hectic theory is why I did a lot of photography in my younger days. I used to sell cameras for a living, and I did a lot of underwater photography with guys, and that I was quite a I was a funny on photography. And your theory is when you go below a certain depth, colors disappear very quickly.
And pink's one of the last ones.
And your pinks and reds are the last colors to disappear. So if you picture a sandy bottom in 5 meters of water, a pink one will show up the most contrast.
It's all about contrast, guys. It's not really the color the fish is seeing, it's the contrast the fish is
We do have the theory that fish see black and whites, and in black and whites, pinks and reds are also your darkest grays.
Grays, correct.
So that pink is maybe. Recent times, though, I actually like a natural tone.
Yeah.
I enjoy things like your Scotch Mist and your Money and your River Prawn.
Yeah.
Things with a bit of flick in them.
That Money is a beautiful color.
Yeah. But a natural tone with a flick in it.
Yeah.
That sends out a little more blingy, blingy, blingy. I definitely have one of those in as well.
No, 100%. Yeah, like
and ironically, white.
Yeah. Your pearls sort of
white.
Color.
White. Pretty white.
Yeah,
The white's the thing you can find. And then perhaps to throw the spin on the thing, black or dark color.
I like a black. I like a dark.
Because then you get a nice silhouette. If you're above a cob, you'll see it
on top.
Particularly at
some nighttime fishing.
Yeah, for sure. So any color you got faith in. I think is the. Enjoyed the video on the Beachmaster 2. Beachmaster 2, the number 4 would maybe take a 6,000, but they behave well in a large reel.
Yeah,
I'd
put the 8,000 on.
I'd go 8 or 10,000.
Yeah, 8 or 10. Yeah,
I've got a Beachmaster 5, and it'll take up to 14,000 quite comfortably.
I think you're selling yourself short on a 6,000. You know what I mean?
A 6,000 belongs on a 12-foot rod, 13-foot rod. It doesn't belong on a 15 or 14
proper
rod.
surf rod. Yeah.
Spheros or Gosa? I love the Spheros in that it's more attractive visually to me.
Correct.
Its cosmetics are better. The sad thing is, though, if it is like 1,500 Rand less, I think it'll be our top seller than a Gosa. But the fact is the margin price-wise is quite narrow.
Great.
So the excuse to go up to a Gosa is probably, I'd go Gosa.
Gosa, yeah. That Gosa.
You're getting the
one I've got, listen, I've having a day's issue with
better drag, better handle junction. Yeah, go Gosa.
18 months.
If you can budget it, let's be honest here.
18 months down the line, my Gosa feels just as good as when I bought it.
As well sealed, though. Yeah. So I think technical specs
makes a big difference. Yeah,
both are pretty equal on that. So now the questions about cobbies, Oaks. Have any of you on the live chat here caught any cob in this Cobtober comp yet? Maybe we can start asking you guys some questions, like hook us up some answers for once. Anyone catching cob? Anyone got a favorite cob hole anywhere they haven't shared with us yet? We're open to suggestions. We're getting the sound of silence.
We're getting the sound of silence. It's a good song there, eh?
Sound of the rock version, yeah.
It's not just us singing, I don't know. We might scare everyone away here.
Okay. Leak your best bluefish spot. I don't catch blues too often. Okay, Connor got a 91 cent. Well done, Connor.
That's a good
Connor
fish.
Morgan, good fish.
Nice 8-kilo fish.
Nice one. Any cob that size is a nice catch.
Yeah, it's a nice fish. Got a bit of shoulders on it.
Is there anywhere in East London you can't catch bluefish?
We're prolific with bluefish, I think. If the conditions are right, you're going to catch bluefish.
The only place I haven't caught them is the beachfront.
Is it? No,
like in front of the Wimpy and that.
I've
caught them everywhere else.
I haven't caught a bluefish for about 2. I've stopped fishing for them.
No.
And then Andrew impressed me the other day. He managed to catch a blacktail. We tried to catch him because we needed some bait. I was super impressed.
The fascinating thing, I don't know if you saw on the WhatsApp, I got a 33 centimeter zebra on an 80 hook, 80J hook.
I saw that.
I was not fishing for zebra. I was fishing for cracker. Conditions look good for cracker. Okay. When silver's breeding season end? Guys, silvers tend to breed the entire spring and summer.
Yeah.
So most of our fish do actually.
Yeah.
So it's quite a long breeding period, which is a lot longer than most river spawners like cob and
Common
pingnose
things,
are.
yeah. They're normally about a month or so.
Yeah. So the fact is they do feed aggressively in the
Yeah.
spring. What I do is I limit my catch. I
Yeah.
try to take only one silver home a year. Once I got my silver for the
Yeah.
year, then everything else gets released. And that's just because I like eating them.
Yeah.
But one a year is
Yes,
good.
more than enough.
Then
yeah.
I'll start hunting at black steer and
Different
rice or
or
cob
a
or
different species,
You know,
yeah. Spread the load.
I don't target the same thing in the same place all the time. I think that's the best thing we can do. Okay, Trinity's Hotel, your interesting one.
I don't know that area quite that well.
I know it very well. In front of the hotel, you're wasting your time. The current's too
Yeah.
strong. There's a mega current that goes
Groups out there.
across the left to right like you don't know.
Yeah.
If you go about 2 kilometers back towards East London side, though, there's a little beach.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a trek that goes down from the hotel, the last cottages. I don't know if you can go on the trek anymore, but
Yeah.
there's an amazing beach with a good guts there. Got some good cob and got some good bronzies there
Yeah.
over the years. Nice little beach, no current.
Oh, no.
So
That's
just
exactly
walk
what
as
you
far
want.
to the right as you can,
Okay.
and the spots get better. Okay. Otherwise, the long drive to Komanyaba,
That's
good
definitely
cob,
worth
good
it.
good cob spot as well. Okay, Blues up front of the Premier. You know, I don't know on the Premier Hotel. Maybe on the beachfront area, I've never fished with the right baits
Yeah.
for Blues. You
Yeah,
know,
those okay, those do get blues there.
yeah, we all
Yeah.
fish the sardines
Yes,
there because
yeah.
you're going for shad
Shad
and
and
that,
things
though,
like that,
you
yeah.
know, and liveys and that. I've never
Yeah.
actually tried to target them there, but good to hear. It's,
Yeah.
you know, one thing guys say there's no fish left. Even places like Ganubian that they get heavily fished. Bluefish are still around
yeah.
en masse. Blacktail is still around en
En
masse. So if you guys, you know, we've had a lot of guys saying, "Oh, release everything." If you want to keep fish
Go for
with
your breed
with a
species.
clear conscience, your breeding
species.
species.
So the fastest breeding.
They're fast breeding.
They're
They've
most
got a
Yeah.
good habitat. They're still prolific, and if you can, don't pull them out of the same gully every time.
Yeah.
Have 20 different spots you rotate through in that, because they are very localized.
Correct.
Okay, where's your spot close to Four Seasons? There are lots of spots there.
Where's your go-to spot? Oh, there's a lot of, depending on what you're fishing for. Sorry, it is just a few hectares farm. I've got a lot of spots there, but I've lived there
It's got
for
a few hectares there.
15, been there for 15 years, 18
Yeah.
years, I think. Family's had a place at that side. So all of them are spots. I don't know, like, it's impossible to say there's a spot for everything.
Yeah, I think most of, you know, guys say like, oh, I've got about, I was saying to my daughters today, between Chalamna and Carmouth, I must have 200 spots in a well.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Yeah.
I fished them like 10 times plus, you know, so there's a million spots.
Yeah, we've probably about 15 different gullies or little spots we fish off in about a 1.5 kilometer area. Yeah, so
you know the story. Okay, Andrew Freshwater, yeah, that's Jared's butt. I know you were at the, I think he split the hotel there. He's got some good fish out there as far as I know. Hey? Yeah,
that's good.
So yeah, down to the right there, as you head back towards East London side, there's also a legendary spot just as you cross the pond. If you can somehow find safe parking, and you head down to the beach from there, there's a little bit of a shallow stream, and there's some surf spots there that have produced some big cob over the years. Quite legendary as well. Not easy to get to though.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, that's Christopher Giblin. Shout out to my beautiful wife. She just got her first setup, and she is excited to fish this weekend. 10-foot adrenaline blue magic and Loomis Delta, 6,000.
Nice, Christopher. I'm glad she's a super stoked. I'm sure she's going to get some good fish on it.
Yeah, because, you know, I think my wife loves fishing.
Yeah.
Her first cob was 10 kilo. Now your wife's first cob be 10 kilo as well. It's awesome to see the ladies fishing with us, and it makes this a way more enjoyable experience. Even if they don't come every time, they know what we're doing and what it's about, and that's a good thing for relationships. So super cool. My daughters fish as well.
While we're on there with Christopher Giblin, guys, sorry, just a bit of a PR and marketing here quickly.
Absolutely,
Why Christopher Giblin has an X next to his name, he is a member. So if you want to become a member of Untraceable Fishing for our YouTube channel, there is a little at the bottom left. Become a member from as little as R9.99 a month, guys. You can become a member. It will give you access to some behind the scene footage and some videos that normal regular subscribers do not get to see. It does help us go a long way in funding our camera equipment and whatnot. So we'd really appreciate if any of you guys would like to become a member, hit that member button and help us make this channel successful.
It goes towards a lot of the hardware and that kind of thing as well.
Okay.
And that's your blue star that you're talking about there.
Yeah, you'll get one of those blue stars next to them. You'll feel super special, guys.
Yeah.
Special.
Okay. We've got another one here. Cole from the Merve. Okay. Mohammed asked Karma, and then Cole from the Merve said, "Is it safe to walk along the Kaya River to get some cob?" Okay. Do you want to hit this one or should I?
Listen, Cole. I'd say wherever you're fishing, you should never fish alone. I don't care if you're fishing in a fenced-off area that no one can get you. Besides the theft of being mugged or something like that, if you slip, hit your head. So always fish in numbers. The more the merrier, the safer it is.
Kaya mouth itself, in the actual mouth of the river,
I think
I haven't heard any problems there.
there,
There's normally a lot of guys around.
Yes,
So that would probably be.
But always make sure there is someone always around, guys.
You know, someone within eye shot that you can say, "Hey,
correct. Yes, exactly.
You know, you need
especially if you get into some nonsense.
Okay. Kaya mouth, the mouth does fish well, but a little up from the mouth.
Yeah.
Kaya mouth's a bit of a weird river. It opens up really wide and shallow.
Yeah.
And as you come higher up the river, it narrows and goes deeper. You want to fish it deeper for cob. Any theory in a river is the channel needs to be narrowish.
Yeah.
So the cob's got to come past your bait.
Bait, yes,
The river's 200 meters wide. There's less chance of.
Yeah. You got percentage-wise, you got less chance. Correct.
Okay. Also, Kaya mouth, as you head around just out of town, heading back towards Morgan's Bay side, there's a little stream where those old colleges are.
Yeah.
That area fishes really well. Quite safe to fish as well, particularly during the daytime.
Whispering waves, sort of side. Yeah.
Nice area. Some big fish come out there. Then you get around towards the duck pond and that, which gets a lot more dangerous from the rocks perspective.
Yeah, not from crime perspective.
No,
is it getting quite heavy now?
The guys tend to go fish there with their dogs and that.
Oh,
it's not a solo fishing spot. If you don't know it, I'd give it a skip. I'd rather go fish Morgan Bay side.
Correct.
I fished there on my own a little while ago, and I was constantly watching my back. Didn't enjoy it.
You're not comfortable with fishing.
Didn't enjoy it. Is it really worth becoming a member? Dylan's a member already.
It's really worth. Is it?
It's really worth.
Yeah.
Okay, Dylan, you're a
play
star.
on words. Yeah, thanks, Dylan.
Sorry,
It's definitely worth becoming a member, guys.
My eyesight's not bad. Put on 3. Okay, cool.
Okay, we're gonna go last question of the evening. Then we're gonna.
What is your number 1 fish to catch? Okay, we're gonna answer 2 questions here.
Okay, let's go for it. What's your number 1 fish?
Okay, we're not gonna talk about HMP braid tonight.
Yeah.
It's just consistently not available. It's sometimes available, sometimes not
available. It's all about supply.
And some of these products the guys supply direct to public, and almost like a Timu type thing. And you go as a dealer, I'm not getting a better price than public, and he often hasn't got stock, and I'm going that's kind of not ditching the product, just the supply chain is a bit
not available.
Okay, your favorite fish to target?
My favorite fish to target, I like catching cob, guys. It's not the most powerful, but there's nothing makes me happy if I catch a nice cob.
My dream fish, river snapper.
Yeah.
Caught big ones. The guys don't know we catch river snapper here. You know that. Chalumna, we've got one of 10 kilo.
Yeah, that's a big fish.
There are legendary ones in Double Mouth Estuary.
Yeah.
Wild Coast and Guzana, I've got up to about 14 kilo.
Yeah.
And I've seen fish of well over 20 kilos. They pull like nothing else.
Straight into
the mangroves. We used to use Pen 49, the narrow one, and builder's line for them. 2 mil builder's line. And the guy went into the mangroves and you pull him out. They are beasts of a fish. And I love
That's
them.
a little river pit bull that.
Yeah, no, that's my favorite fish to target. Don't get a chance to do it often enough though.
Anyway, guys,
cool.
Thanks for joining us this evening. Don't forget, if you are looking at O-Fish, say that word for me, Don.
Apparel.
Available exclusively at Bulmoria. Make sure you get yourself one before stocks are sold out.
And Catch Tackle Tuesday for all the Braid Spectacular next week,
which will be tomorrow night. Thanks everyone that has entered the Cobtober competition so far. We really appreciate it. So from this week for our live chat, cheers.
Cheers.